Lovely to see you all. आप ये Terminator meets Rambo meets और किसका नाम लूँ यार मैं?
I can give you some Terminator, Rambo, Van Damme, ये वो.
I mean, honestly, I heard you actually tell someone that when the person told you that many teenage boys would be putting up these posters. Back in the day, you remember, हर किसी लड़के के कमरे में जाओ तो ब्रूस ली होता था या श्वार्ज़नेगर होता था या
I never thought of that. That was amazing to me when he said. I was like, shit, yeah, that might actually happen. Because in my childhood, I had Schwarzenegger, Stallone and all of them up on my walls. So it never crossed my mind that maybe this will be up on some kid's wall.
So bulking up
like... It was a good feeling, yeah?
So bulking up like that and it's basically all work and no play, literally. I mean,
it is.
You have to live like a hermit.
Yeah, but you have to make work feel like play. Otherwise, you can't kind of keep that going for a long period of time. Yeah.
And Sanjana, it's your first physical promotion, your first theatrical release. So and in your city?
Arey, it's too special, na? I've never felt like this before. This is feeling very, very special. Yeah.
And it's been quite a long wait for this to come to this.
I guess so. I mean, I guess the pandemic kind of threw timelines off for the whole world. But I don't feel impatient anymore somehow, so I guess the biggest learning was patience.
Here dekho, gun and cool avatar and like, what was that like? Yeah, wo bhi action. After playing, the role that you played in your debut film, that was really like dramatic, and now this.
Yeah, I mean, I felt empowered and so strong after like becoming Kavya on screen, and even in prep, just creating her was a blast. Because they've written such a wonderful character, it was all there. I just had to put in the work and do justice, Yeah.
So tell me, it seems like a full-blown action film. I also heard you said there is no romance. But
I mean, it's hai bhi, nahi bhi. I don't want to speak a lot about that part because
But ये idea कहाँ से आया था आपको कि मैं ऐसी picture बनाऊंगा and taking him because it's nice to see him in this full-blown action avatar. Last I saw you was in Ludo.
Last release was Ludo, yes.
Ludo. I saw him in Ludo because उनका और इस कैरेक्टर का मिलना, I know, दूर तक कोई तालमेल नहीं है.
I always felt because I've seen his work for so many years कि ये बंदा action क्यों नहीं करता? Because he's such a great looking guy and the fantastic personality. What is required to be an action guy? A hero. He has everything, all the potential. And at the same time, when we were writing the film, we always wanted to do something different. After we finish the story, after we finish the writing, kiske saath, who should be part of this film and all. And then at that point, he was always back of my head. Then we discussed with Ahmed Khan, what do you think about Adi? और उसी वक्त इसका मलंग का एक प्रोमो भी आ गया था, टीजर कुछ आया था. और उसमें एक लुक देखी थी हमने, where he looked really intense and really strong. And that was very strongly convincing for us कि definitely we should have a word with him. And that really, and plus more than that, कि हमने ओम को देखा, that happened, that struck very strongly. फिर इनको फ़ोन किया, फिर उनसे मिले, and then things went forward.
Did you actually earlier feel that you had got entrapped by your Ashiki image? That day I was just talking to his fans. Please ask him when is he doing Ashiki kind of film again. Did you feel that had become like...
I didn't actually.
One actor gets like... That's what suits him, like the burdened hero.
I didn't, because actually the next film after that I did was Dawat-e-Ishq, where I played quite a kind of amiable chap. He was a happy-go-lucky this thing. So I think what ended up happening was that role kind of connected a lot with people. So it stayed in their minds for longer maybe. But as far as me on a day-to-day basis, I kind of felt like I went into a character that was completely different next. After which I did another intense one. So I didn't feel entrapped at the time, but I can understand why you might feel like that had lingered for a bit, because I did do a few love stories. I did 2 or 3 love stories back to back. And that can tend to happen when you find success in something, then people want you to do more of that. So it's kind of incumbent upon you to take decisions that change the mold, which I kind of did after a couple of films,
Yeah, so I mean, action? Was that liberating now finally? Because all men love doing action.
And I was literally an action movie fanatic when I was a boy. I kind of grew up not wanting to be an actor. I wanted to do those things in real life, like as a child. I was like, I want to every young boy imagines himself beating up the bad guys. So, like I said, Ashiki was the thing that kind of broke through. And then like romance happened for a few years after. But the want to do it was always there. But I just needed someone to kind of see the potential and for things to line up. So I guess everything happens in there in its own time.
Awesome. And Sanjana, for you, I mean, doing action. I mean, a lot of, heroines have been saying that we want to do action, we want to be seen in a full-blown action film. There should not be any limitations as to ye nahi utha paegi, wo nahi utha paegi. Now even the military defense forces are allowing women in combat. So what was that like for you? Was it like tough action, bahut bruises mile, giri?
I mean, for me it was the biggest pleasant surprise, that just in my second film as a leading actor, Kapil and Ahmed sir kind of thought that I could pull this off. So when I actually got the call and Ahmed sir kind of told me the story in a 20-minute snippet, I was like, what do you want me to do in it? Because I couldn't have fathomed that he wants to offer the part to me. So when he did and when he had conviction that I can play Kavya, I was just like, I went in all guns blazing, literally.
Literally, all guns blazing.
And really, really hyped to do the best I can.
Awesome. Oh, so she had said you are her 3 a.m. friend. Were you complaining about him?
I haven't said this, yaar.
I don't know why
everyone says this. I'm never awake at 3 a.m.
Yeah, I've been asked a few times.
Yeah. I'm always
So what I want to know, were you all complaining about him then? That was my question. बहुत काम करवाया था.
We were complaining about him. We were?
Never.
You guys were complaining?
Not to my memory.
I'm being so
I
nice.
can tell you, I don't think we've ever said this, but like Kapil is a dream director. I'm not even exaggerating when I say that.
So you mean to say the others haven't been?
No, he objectively is a dream director.
The others
You're
that
being a
he's
classic
worked with
journalist.
and the one that you worked with, not me. Okay, it was
Contextualizing what I'm saying.
क्या करें यार? You have to read between the lines. But also आपके fans से हमने पूछा कि सवाल क्या पूछे हम आपसे? पहली चीज, all of them, of course, I'm sure you also used to that when you must have told people, why are you so good looking? आपकी खूबसूरती का राज क्या है? क्या बताएं यार आपके fans को?
Acha, this is a legitimate question?
Yeah.
I mean, ask him...
Why is he so good looking? I mean, this is what your fan club has written to me. अब मैं सोचा मैं पूछ लेती हूँ because मैं खुद सोच रही थी इसका जवाब क्या होगा.
यार मेरा कोई जवाब नहीं है. Just flattered, thank you if that's what you think. Genes. To thank my parents, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. Another question for you is like आप social media पे क्यों नहीं रहते? I know you don't like to do interviews. If you see his Instagram also, it's only when he has a film he'll post or when he's endorsing something. Otherwise there are no posts.
It's rare. It is
now
rare.
he's posting twice a day.
Yeah, but
Because
he's
I was
only
film
posting
release.
na. He's not posting anything else. Why?
I mean, the fact that I'm on social media, I wasn't on it till a couple of years ago. I don't know, it doesn't come naturally to me, I guess. I haven't ever really been that active. I'm one of the few humans on this planet that never even made a Facebook account when...
Twitter तो है ही नहीं आप.
और Facebook का भी कभी account बनाया नहीं, तो है ही नहीं. The last social media platform, it's not called social media, was MSN Messenger, अगर याद है तो. So there I was really active. There I was like nicknames and everything. Nicknames, no other nicknames.
हमने अभी bye बोला ना Internet Explorer को. आप उस ज़माने के हो.
Yes, something like that. तो नहीं होता. I guess I just doesn't come naturally to me. But every 3 months I post something.
But because then you have a film or you're doing a look test.
No, something from my life.
वो मैंने मुझे देखा नहीं संजना आपको देखा था.
But then it'll be a picture of a beach. Or like an animal.
Or it'll be a silhouette shot or he's showing his like...
बस.
A tease.
और कहीं झाड़ू मार रहा है.
कहीं झाड़ू मार रहा है, yes.
हाँ तो ये था. और आप बताओ, when you came into the industry, which was the one thing that struck you and you were like, do I really need to do that?
Ooh. I mean, I realized that you have to do a lot of things beyond just performing, which...
Social media.
I mean, not just social media, but there's just so much more to it that I didn't account for all of that, which occupies time, energy.
एक तो बता दो यार.
मतलब, I guess one is social media. Yeah, a lot of it comes from there. You're right. It's true.
Anyway, since I've asked him about his fitness, the question for you is we have a hashtag complete care for sensitive skin. What is it that you do to make your skin look so lovely?
Ooh. What do I do?
A tip.
A tip.
A tip is work out regularly. And also, I don't eat like junk food. Just don't eat junk food.
Oh.
There. I mean, you don't eat junk food anyways. Everybody wants to, but he's not there. And you also were posting a lot, but you also kind of eased out.
Yeah.
Do you think it just gets overwhelming to this constant scrutiny about what you're doing, what you're saying, what you're wearing? Like
It
3 AM friend, तो आपका trending है, आप करो ना Google Baba
That's
पे.
why I love क्या करें.
3 AM friend, what is this all about?
And I am to not a phone person only. So, you know, me calling anyone is a tough one.
So that was wrong information. Don't trust everything on Google.
Incorrect. No, but I also, to be honest, it doesn't come naturally to me. The only reason why I do even how much I do is because I think I did journalism in college.
You're very active on Instagram, like
Not as much as
every day.
Not as she was during the pandemic.
And
She's
not
also-
as much as my contemporaries, just that.
You were more active during the time of pandemic?
Less
She was
active.
there, she was posting, she was putting out
Oh,
stuff
acha.
because she was also doing philanthropy and a whole lot of other stuff. Now she's also eased out.
Right.
So yeah, social media. But what is an occupational hazard for you as actors when that really gets to you?
I mean, it's not a hazard, and it's also a positive. Like, you lose. I mean, it's a larger thing that you obviously, as an actor, you lose your anonymity,
Yeah.
which is, but as in that's part of the reason you do it, because you maybe want attention. I don't know. It's complicated.
Yeah.
But you sign off your anonymity, so it's tough to kind of just go around and do normal things, you know, and just get around your city and just get out and go around and do things that I used to do. So that is something you forever sign off, which someone like I miss
You're doing a
sometimes.
good job.
I do. Maybe that's the reason.
एक दिन एक photo लगा देगा आपने, and then the whole net is on like fire, and
But
then
that's why the silver lining of this pandemic, for me at least, is the mask. You can get away with like under the radar a lot because of that.
But honestly, in this industry, I mean, I'm just saying generally for all of you, where you have to be seen doing everything there. I don't see that happening with you. There are no reels, there's no gym look, there is no airport look, nothing of that sort. Do you think that sometimes it can be a bane, or
I'm
it's,
sure it can be. I mean, this is at the.
because all your colleagues are all over there, यार सुबह क्या खाया, कौन सी छुट्टी गए, आपका कुछ नहीं पता चलता है.
Nahi, I like to be a little bit under the radar. But it could possibly, obviously, like you said, be a bane and a boon in some ways, because there's always a flip side to it. Yeah, this is at the behest of my PR team that I've been posting more, because they're like, you should be out there more. But I don't know, maybe a little more. Maybe a little more. I take your point. Maybe. And they'll definitely agree.
This is Pooja urging you to basically.
I know,
post
say
more.
no, because his fans are
Just-
also no.
I want to see you more.
I mean, everybody wants to, but he's not there. And you also were posting a lot, but you also kind of eased out. Do you
Yeah.
think it just gets overwhelming to this constant scrutiny about what you're doing, what you're saying, what you're wearing? Like
It
3
doesn't-
AM friend, तो आपका trending है, आप करो ना Google Baba
That's
पे.
why I love क्या करें.
3 AM friend, what is this all about?
And I am to not a phone person only. So, you know, me calling anyone is a tough one.
So that was wrong information. Don't trust everything on Google.
Incorrect. No, but I also, to be honest, it doesn't come naturally to me. The only reason why I do even how much I do is because I think I did journalism in
You're
college.
very active on Instagram, like
Not as much as my
every day.
Not as she was during the pandemic.
And
She's
not
also-
as much as my contemporaries, just that. I
You were more active during the time of pandemic?
Less
She was
active.
there, she was posting, she was putting out
Oh,
stuff
acha.
because she was also doing philanthropy and a whole lot of other stuff. Now she's also eased out.
Right.
So yeah, social media. But what is an occupational hazard for you as actors when that really gets to you?
I mean, it's not a hazard, and it's also a positive. Like, you lose. I mean, it's a larger thing that you obviously, as an actor, you lose your anonymity,
Yeah.
which is, but as in that's part of the reason you do it, because you maybe want attention. I don't know. It's complicated.
Yeah.
But you sign off your anonymity, so it's tough to kind of just go around and do normal things, you know, and just get around your city and just get out and go around and do things that I used to do. So that is something you forever sign off, which someone like I miss
You're doing a
sometimes.
good job of it, na? Keeping yourself
I do. Maybe that's the reason.
एक दिन एक photo लगा देगा अपने, and then the whole net is on like fire, and
But
then
that's why the silver lining of this pandemic, for me at least, is the mask. You can get away with like under the radar a lot because of that.
And for you, what's up?
I think for me it's I feel like you can't have a very like regular stipulated lifestyle. So sleep and stuff has become a scarce commodity, which I didn't realize.
They thrive on it. आपको पता नहीं आपकी इंडस्ट्री थ्राइव करती है इस पे.
तो मुझे 8 घंटे बहुत मजा आता है सोने में, और वो मिल नहीं रहा है काफी टाइम से. So at this point,
it is long hours. It is long hours.
How are you enjoying promotions for someone who does not like promotions?
I'm enjoying it very much.
Really?
I'm actually enjoying
then
myself.
Then you'll be silent for another 6 months.
Possibly, but
very interesting questions. Huh?
But for now, I'm really, I'm fully enjoying it. I'm out because we haven't promoted also in a while, so it feels like I got a good enough break from it.
Who actually between the two of them was like difficult for you to deal with? Now be honest, yaar.
Deal with?
Huh.
I'm seriously, both of them were fantastic.
Okay.
There's just like, it's all about
टेक्स किसने, अच्छा चलो टेक्स किसने ज्यादा ली?
हाँ,
ये बता दो. डील विद तो चलो इज नॉट, उसको कैंसिल कर देते हैं.
takes Adi. Yeah. But again, for the good reasons. Not because of कि हाँ कि मुझे देना है.
And sometimes I would paka also. Sometimes I would be like, one more Kapil, नहीं यार ये मिल गया है. So वो भी होता
So that's the relation and rapport you have with your actor and director, and that way I think he was, whenever the takes were there, it was just for the film, just for like to make it to better. That's it.
Happy team.
Aditya, another popular question is, Shiki फिर से कैसे फिर कब करोगे, एंड श्रद्धा और कृति के साथ फिल्म कब करोगे? ये आपके फैंस ने
I don't know, but hopefully soon.
But they really want to see you as that burdened, drunk hero, na?
They want me to reprise that role. Last I remember that kind of chapter closed, right? I don't know if that can happen.
Maybe another Devdasi, like angsty hero. But who's the real you?
I enjoyed it.
एक बात बताओ, who's the real you, यार? ये जवानी है दवानी का अभी, आशिकी और ये कौन है? Who's the real Aditya? Please stand up.
I mean, I'm also still finding out. So.
So आपके एक फैन का अभी सवाल है दोनों के लिए, to become an actor in this day and age, especially, you know, what is the one thing that people should do or learn?
What should they do?
Acting.
I mean,
एक्टिंग करने तो आएगा, बट एक चीज और जो लेकर आए.
just a good work ethic. Be ready to work hard. That's all. And advice would only be just work, because you learn on the job. At least that's been my experience. Just keep working, and you never know what will lead to what. There's no small job.
What about you?
I think bringing resilience is like a key part of the process. Like growing up being someone who auditioned a lot, you know, I after Rockstar, like I used to audition left, right and center through school and college, and out of like every 30 auditions that you give, even for an ad, sometimes not even 1 or 2 work out. So the idea is to not feel like you are bad or close that chapter. It's to wake up and kind of go again. So that requires resilience, I feel, and not losing hope.
And Aditya, another popular question is, Shiki फिर से कैसे फिर कब करोगे, एंड श्रद्धा और कृति के साथ फिल्म कब करोगे? ये आपके फैंस ने.
I don't know, but hopefully soon.
But they really want to see you as that burdened, drunk hero, na?
They want me to reprise that role. Last I remember that kind of chapter closed, right? I don't know if that can happen.
Maybe another Devdasi, like angsty hero. But who's the real you?
I enjoyed it.
एक बात बताओ, who's the real you, यार? ये जवानी है दवानी का अभी, आशिकी और ये कौन है? Who's the real Aditya? Please stand up.
I mean, I'm also still finding out. So.
Which is one thing you can tell us about him, since he does not even divulge much. So Sanjana, you spill the beans about him. And you, Kapil.
Oh, the question is?
Spill the beans about him that we don't know.
No one knows?
Yeah, because since he doesn't divulge much.
I think people don't know one thing, that this guy is... when you see someone, जब हम film देखते हैं, you just know कि हाँ ये ऐसा होगा, एक perspective बन जाता है. Because I have not worked with him. I have worked in the industry for 20 years and worked with many actors. but the only person I've not worked was Adi. So when I met him, what I've learned is that this guy gets in the core of the story, the dedication.
बाकी actors देखो सुन लो. Not impressed with you?
So that was I was surprised. And we actually sat for like many months before we started the film. We worked on it. You know, he got into the character of Om, and that took a lot of, for him to, get into that skin of the character. We did a couple of workshops. So how dedication level कुछ अलग
बाकियों में नहीं है ना? See?
बाकियों के बारे में बोल नहीं रहा हूँ मैं, इसके बारे में बता रहा हूँ. वो आप बोल रहे हैं. हाँ.
Okay, so anyways, before we go, Adi, how long did you actually spend in the gym? And what was the toughest thing for someone who enjoys his food?
Yeah, I think
chicken breast khaya tha.
Chicken breast and that kind of thing. It was 2 hours a day. If I have to actually give you details, 2 hours a day in the gym, 2.5 hours of action, and in the afternoon meet him and work on the script. So it was like long hours every day. It was like going boot camp.
Is this going to stay like for a while? Are you planning to do another action?
Oh, another action? Yeah, I would like to. I remember telling him on the. I was talking about the body. It's not that far, but it's gone. On the last day of action, I remember telling Kapil, we had wrapped up all our action sequences to say, let's do more. Yaar. I was like, I feel like.
चलो एक sequel बना दो. आएगा ओम का?
आएगा?
जरूर आएगा.
आएगा. थोड़ा ब्रेक के बाद.
चलो हमको जरा.
पहले इसको आने दो.
Yeah, you got some news.
I know, other than the 3 a.m. friend. So, वैसे खली को beat करके last में कैसा लगा? You must have looked like a midget in front of him.
I was barely.
What was it like? Yeah?
I think it was a draw. I don't think I won. Technically, we cheated.
Oh yeah, we fully.
We didn't cheat.
Let's see, we have another headline. Yeah, cheating. अब खुलासा होगा कि आदित्य ने खली को beat किया या खली ने आदित्य को beat किया.
We only want to find out.
It was all the very best for this and good luck. Looking forward to Om. राष्ट्र कवच में सिर्फ Om the fight within ना बोलूं तो नहीं तो.
You can just say Om.
Om.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.